In a shocking twist of political drama, federal prosecutors have declared there's no solid evidence to charge former FBI Director James Comey with lying to Congress. Yet Trump's new appointee is gearing up to push forward anyway. This isn't just another news headline. It's a story that dives deep into the heart of justice, power, and accountability in America. Stick around, because the real intrigue unfolds when personal directives clash with legal norms. After digging into the matter for 2 full months, prosecutors in Virginia couldn't muster enough proof to justify criminal accusations against James Comey for supposedly deceiving lawmakers during his congressional testimony. This revelation comes straight from sources close to ABC News, who shared that the probe centered on Comey's 2020 Senate statements about Russian meddling in the 2016 election. Just this week, the prosecutors wrapped up their work by drafting a thorough declination memo addressed to Lindsey Halligan, the fresh U.S. attorney for Virginia's Eastern District, handpicked by President Donald Trump. In plain terms, this memo spells out that there's no probable cause, meaning no reasonable basis to believe a crime was committed to even get an indictment, much less win a conviction in court. For beginners, think of probable cause as the low bar prosecutors need to clear just to start formal charges. It's not as high as the beyond a reasonable doubt standard required for a guilty verdict at trial. But here's where it gets controversial. Despite this clear advice, sources reveal that Halligan intends to convene a grand jury in the next few days to seek an indictment against Comey. A grand jury, by the way, is a group of citizens who decide if there's enough evidence to formally charge someone with a crime. It's like a preliminary check before a full trial. This move ramps up Trump's bold, one-of-a-kind push to go after his political foes, including Comey, New York Attorney General Letitia James, and Senator Adam Schiff. Trump himself fueled the fire on Saturday, urging action with fiery words. "I just want people to act. They have to act. And we want to act fast." He directed Attorney General Pam Bondi to pursue prosecutions against these figures, emphasizing speed and urgency. Halligan, a former insurance lawyer who transitioned to a White House role without any prior experience in prosecuting cases, has been warned by seasoned prosecutors in the U.S. Attorney's Office that pursuing charges would break Department of Justice rules, spark major ethical dilemmas, and likely face rejection from the grand jury. Yet sources say she's determined to forge ahead, honoring the explicit instructions she got upon her sudden appointment over the weekend. On Thursday, Trump labeled Comey a bad person, but claimed the prosecution call is squarely in the Justice Department's hands. "They're going to make a determination. I'm not making that determination. I think I'd be allowed to get involved if I want, but I don't really choose to do so," he told reporters at the White House, just days after pressuring the DOJ to take swift steps. Time is ticking for Halligan, as the 5-year window to legally pursue charges against Comey for alleged false statements closes on Tuesday. This aggressive timeline, ignoring the input from career prosecutors, hits at a sensitive moment for the Eastern District of Virginia's office, which tackles a huge portion of the nation's national security matters. And this is the part most people miss. Trump's earlier choice for the job, Eric Siebert, quit last week under intense pressure to file mortgage fraud accusations against James, likely referring to Letitia James. Trump, who claimed he fired Siebert, overrode top DOJ officials to install Halligan with the overt aim of nailing criminal cases against James, Schiff, and Comey. This list ties back to a broader target roster from the Trump administration. Trump often points to the 4 criminal indictments he faced after the 2020 election loss, including mishandling classified secrets and efforts to illegally challenge the results, as justification for these retaliatory actions. Nothing is being done. What about Comey, Adam Shifty Schiff, and Letitia? He posted on social media Saturday night, "We can't delay any longer. It's killing our reputation and credibility. They impeached me twice and indicted me 5 times. Over nothing. Justice must be served now. For context, the Eastern District of Virginia's office kicked off its Comey probe in early August, spurred by Trump's renewed demands for investigations into claims of Russian interference in 2016. This effort runs parallel to similar probes in Virginia's Western District and Pennsylvania's Eastern District. The inquiry sprang from FBI Director Kash Patel uncovering classified files at FBI headquarters linked to the Russia investigation. These documents led examiners to scrutinize Comey's September 2020 congressional testimony on Russian involvement, checking for potential perjury, lying under oath, or obstruction of justice. Specifically, they looked at Comey's remarks on Hillary Clinton's supposed ties to Russia and allegations that he greenlit leaks of anonymous intel to the press. In his Senate Judiciary Committee appearance on September 30, 2016, Comey stood by his actions, dismissing accusations of political bias. I would say, in the main, it was done by the book, it was appropriate, and it was essential that it be done. He explained to senators, "Overall, I'm proud of the work. There are parts of it that are concerning, which I'm sure we'll talk about. But overall, I'm proud of the work." In the end, prosecutors couldn't uncover proof that Comey probably lied or obstructed justice in his statements, as sources informed ABC News. Not only would such charges struggle to prove guilt beyond a reasonable doubt in court, but they didn't even meet the lower threshold of probable cause needed for an indictment, as outlined in the memo to Halligan. Now, let's stir the pot a bit. Is this a genuine pursuit of justice? Or is it political payback in disguise? Some might argue Trump's actions echo a pattern of using the justice system to settle scores, while others could see it as holding powerful figures accountable. What do you think? Does this undermine the rule of law, or is it long overdue fairness? Drop your opinions in the comments below. I'd love to hear if you agree, disagree, or have a fresh take on this heated debate.